let's try to do it with some coherency, please.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Three Stooges review. This time we'll be reviewing the 30th film that the Three Stooges made with Columbia Pictures, and it's called Tassels in the Air. This one was written by Al Giebler and Elwood Ullman, and it was directed by someone named Charlie Chase.
I think this is his first Stooge film. We haven't heard this name before.
This is another one we're not big fans of. It's coincidental that Al Giebler and Elwood Ullman wrote this one.
Yeah.
They also wrote Termites of 1938, and whether it was the director's fault, the editor's fault, or the writer's fault, there's virtually no coherent plot in Termites of 38, and this one is only a little bit better.
And you know what? Don't you agree? There should be some classic stuff in here. And maybe there even is, but it doesn't...
This is an example of one where Curly sees something or experiences something.
I forgot.
Oh yeah, this is the third one. The first one was Punch Drugs. When he hears Pop Goes the Weasel, he goes insane.
Cheese.
Moe Larry the Cheese. I think that's Horse's Collars, where if he sees a mouse, he needs cheese in order to get calmed down.
And we didn't like that at all.
That was a and this one is
Tassels.
when he sees Tassels, he loses it. And again, these are sort of quintessential Curly attributes or character traits
that everybody knows, even if they're not a Stooge fan.
Yeah, and
yet nothing happens with this.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, Punch Drunks is very funny.
Yes,
very funny film.
Yeah.
But the Horse's Collar ones, if I got that one wrong, anyway, the one where if he sees a mouse, that film is terrible, and this one is not a heck of a lot better than that. And it's just interesting that this idea that when Curly experiences something, he loses control. Oh, there's another one, Wild. Oh no, that was... Which one's the Wild Hyacinth one? That was Bust Off.
Yeah.
That one wasn't very good.
Right.
I can't remember the title of that film. This one is even worse because it doesn't serve the plot, which is typical considering the fact that, like I said, Al Giebler and Elwood Ullman wrote this one and Termites of 38, and these, like, the plots they have no meaning, they have no purpose.
We have these Curly crazy stuff.
Yeah, we have
these, and they're wrapped in episodes that are not funny. And maybe they knew that, and they were like, "We need something. You guys have to do something that's funny, and we'll make Curly a complete idiot, and that'll be funny." I don't like when Curly's an idiot. I like when Curly is a comedian. You know, it's sort of this thing that's going to follow me through all these Stooge episodes. I like when Moe is under stress and he needs to hit people. I like when Curly is a comedian, not a buffoon. You know, and that's going to be a common thread for me. I don't like this one at all. It's not... I can't believe that the table painting isn't funny. Like, come on.
Yeah, nothing really happened. Let's do the scorecard. We'll explain piece by piece why we don't really care for this one. Well, it really boils down to we weren't laughing, so apparently it's not that funny.
No,
a couple of chuckles here and there.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't completely dismiss it.
Yeah, I wouldn't dismiss it completely. But anyway, slapstick comedy, I give it a 1.
Me too.
Very simply, what little slapstick comedy is actually in this is not very funny. Not to mention, the idea of a Three Stooges film without a lot of slapstick comedy is kind of odd. So that in itself is, you know...
interesting.
But the film isn't very funny, in my opinion, and he agrees with me.
The Stooges seem to be off. The table scene's not funny. The checkers with the paint cans it's not funny. I don't know. And, you know, Moe being the boss, this should have crack up, bang up all the time. Moe has a reason to be stressed out, smacking people around. I don't know where this came from. I don't know where this is going.
I give it a 1 for dialogue.
Same here.
Because it's not funny. Very little of the dialogue serves the plot. There is hardly any plot. And
no, this plot should be good. This plot should be good. There's some elements going on.
We'll get to that when we get to plot.
We'll get to that.
So the dialogue gets a 1 because I don't think it's funny or witty or interesting.
Yeah.
There's no unintentional extra credit point.
Nope.
So here we are at plot.
Right.
I give it a 2, which means
I gave it a 1 just to.
Okay, so you give it a 1. I give it a 2 simply because what you just said. It should be funny.
Yeah.
The Three Stooges are incompetent janitors or journeymen of some kind, and they are mistaken for interior decorators, and that's the plot.
And oh, hey, this has the rub with the high society, and it goes nowhere.
True. Well, yes and no, because these guys, the part of the plot is that this high society situation is people who came into money,
right?
And so but they don't do anything with that concept. Right. Also, so there is a little bit more to this plot, and that is that the woman who the woman who hires the Stooges, thinking that they are well-known or established interior decorators, hires them based on the recommendation of some woman, and it turns out that this woman is being paid by that interior decorator, and so like
it's a con game.
It's a con game. But this has no. But it doesn't tie in organically, and it doesn't mean anything, and it doesn't help wrap up the end of this short.
There is no end.
There is no end.
It's one of the dumbest endings.
Yeah, it's well, I've seen dumber, but I gave it a 2 because it has potential.
It's supposed to be there.
It's supposed to be funny. Yeah. I gave the supporting cast a 2, not because they do a great job, but I gave the supporting cast a 2 because of the butler. Whoever the guy is playing the butler, I would like to see more of him. He's very good as the butler. They didn't give him a lot to do, but he's a very strong presence. He's a good character actor.
But I still go with a 1 because.
Okay, that's fair enough. I think I gave the Stooges 2s.
For what?
I don't know. I think Curly does a pretty good job considering. I think considering this script and considering what they were supposed to, the fact that they really don't have a lot, I think they handle it rather well.
Okay,
Larry is fairly, again, funny is not the right word.
No.
But interesting performances. The table scene, Larry is kind of funny during part of that scene. Curly, it's interesting how Curly, he loses it and they tickle him with a brush or whatever, and then he snaps into like, he goes, "Oh, thank you," and he becomes like ultra normal, like a normal person. That's kind of interesting to me. Moe does a decent job, even though he's hitting people for no real reason.
I see everything he's saying, but I don't. Okay. I don't care about any of this. One's for everybody. For me, it's pretty simple. I don't like this one. I don't need to see it ever again. I don't think Curly's funny. I don't think that tickling him with something is funny. I don't think going cuckoo over Tassels is funny. Maybe I'm a little harsh on this whole situation, but I'll tell you what, I just like Termites of 38. If I never see this one again, it isn't going to matter.
Well,
it's something. There's no way I'd show somebody this.
You might be being harsh on this, but I can't come up with any arguments to justify.
Well, I wish someone could, because it should be better.
It should be better. I mean, it should. Curly goes crazy when he sees Tassels. Okay, well, the reason that should be funny is because it should tie into the plot and have some reason. But again, I mean, this is terrible. You take something nifty like this, and then you don't attach it, like it has no purpose.
Yeah, and the dealing with rich people should go somewhere beside the butler.
Right. Okay. Pretty Girls category. I gave it a 2 because the woman who plays Mrs. Murch, I find her attractive, and so a 2.
I like her, but it doesn't matter. 1.
I give it a 14.
Well, I gave it an 8. And this is an example of the Stooges gone bad for me.
That's the lowest score that you can get with this.
So right now, as it stands, there might be another one. I'm pretty sure there is.
Horses Collars or whatever that one. There's a couple that we agree get 8s or 9s maybe.
But this one we don't, and that's okay. You don't have to agree with it. Do your own scorecard on this. I'd really, really like to see people do scorecards on this and like give me an argument why this one should be funny. I get the whole Tassels thing. We don't even have to go into that. If you think Curly's funny, being a goof, I get you, and a lot of people do like that about Curly, right? I'm just not a fan of Curly acting like that.
I went to a Stooge convention years ago. I was probably 18 or something. I went to the Stooge convention, and there was a guy, you know, doing a Curly impression. You know, he was running, and he was just running around acting like an idiot. And I'm like, I was so insulted. I felt, not insulted, but I just felt like this was so unnecessary to have this buffoon running around acting like a moron, and this is supposed to be entertaining. Anyway, again, my scores significantly.
What was the point of that?
I don't know, because that's the idea, is that a lot of people think that is Curly's act, to act like an idiot, and that's about the size of it. But the best films, the best Three Stooges films, Curly's not acting like an idiot. He's genuinely funny.
Being a comedian.
So I was a little more fair on I was a little more lenient. But
on your scorecard,
but I still can't deny that this is one of the, you know, this is
right down there.
Yeah, it's just not a very good film.
The
Let's face it. There might be some chuckles, there might be some laughs, but really, the table painting scene. Where are the jokes? What is funny? What is funny about the, you know, when they're playing checkers, like you said? Like, where's the funny part? Like,
and then Moe has to kick Curly for like.
They come in and Curly sees the Tassels. I'm talking about the third time he sees them, when they are all at the place. This should be a moment of a high moment in the film, and they're just running around like doing nothing, like nothing happened.
I don't think that there was anything written. I think they got together and wrote this, and that's a problem. Yeah, and then they thought, well, you know, we need something really funny. You guys do your thing and come up with something, and maybe they came up with the Tassels thing because maybe they think this is sort of a classic joke where Curly goes crazy over stuff, and they said, like, let's come up with something like that. So we'll have something to fill time with.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because really, if you go,
because it doesn't fit in here, right?
Right. Well, it serves no purpose.
Right. I mean, if there's no conclusion for it.
Yeah, and it's so weird because I mean, the only thing that I can come up with is that this is one of those films
they had a big place
where they just had to. Well, I don't know. That was probably a standard set. That's the same one they used in Termax in '38. I'm almost positive. I recognize the stairs and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was just a standard set that they had.
Okay.
I'm sure they've used it several times. But I just think this is a perfect example of, you know, the problem with a lot of Three Stooges films, and that is that there's no effort behind the production of these short films, and this is why when you get some really good Stooge films, it's so refreshing and it's so beautiful, because when the Stooges are on, when the writing is on, when the direction is on, and of course the cinematography and the editing, when all those things come together, that's when you've got great films. And those things did happen often enough to justify us thinking, oh, we'll do a Three Stooges review and review all 190.
But I'm glad we are, because, you know, Tassels in the Air, I forgot. I thought this one was a different one. Now I know better.
So that is the end of this review. Join us again next time when we review the film Healthy, Wealthy, and Dumb, starring the Three Stooges, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us.
Don't forget to subscribe so you know when the next video is going to be posted.
And comment.
Don't forget to comment and tell us how wrong we are about saying that the Three Stooges aren't very funny in this film.
And do your scorecard.
And, do your own scorecard. Visit the rating system rundown video. Build your own scorecard. And, you know, tell us why you give it 3s all the way down.
If you do.
It's really kind of anticlimactic reviewing these lesser Stooge films because, you know, we're just not very excited about it. And it's sad to see so many films in a row It's just where the Stooges are just like, come on in, we got to get it done, hurry up, and then they make this film.
But I have a feeling we're ramping up to.
Oh yeah, but certainly there are some more good ones coming.
Right, absolutely.
So I can't wait.
Tuned,
and
yeah, I can't even talk. Stay tuned so we can get to the really good ones.
Yeah, the really good ones.
Yeah. Okay.
See you next time on the Three Stooges Review.